And girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Sink the Bismarck with me, Wolf 190D. And for my returning viewers, thank you for sticking with us so far. So far, the updates have not affected the campaign save, but there is that to consider as we move forward. And as always, thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the follows, the commentary, everything else. It does help to increase those algorithms or improve the algorithm on what we're doing here, and it does help the channel to grow. So thank you for that. All right, so last episode we actually got a couple of refits done in. So we did a micro refit on our Nassau class, and then we also did a sort of a major upgrade on the scatter guns. There's our close range, rapid fire, large bore, short barreled ships. Got another 16,000 tons to go before we can open up the latest of the Kaiser class ships, or open up all of them rather. One more month on the Saxony, and I don't think even that's going to be enough, to be honest. No, well, hold on a second. 16, another 12, that would be like 18,000, I think. 16, 18, that'd be 28,000. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I have to wait till those destroyers are done too, I think. And then we got all these destroyers that we're building for foreign countries. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, they've had a good run. The V-45s have had a really good run, but let's go ahead and nix that class of ship as well from our roster. We're going to go ahead and strike it. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let me see here. These are the Helgolands, I do believe. No, these are the Siegfried class. They're 11 ones. The Nassaus we have there, and this should be the Helgolands actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 4 of them in there, and they are. I did something really weird with those, didn't I? I sure did, because they're bloated. They're a little bloated. It's okay. It is what it is. So, in preparation for our pending war with France, hopefully everything goes smoothly. Okay, what was I gonna check? Hmm. All right, anyway, let's move on to the next turn. Torpedo boat flagstaff of the Amanda class. Well, that's interesting. Interesting that they do that like that. Oil has been discovered in Sarawak. Colombia signed a deal with France. Relations with France have deteriorated. Okay. We did get the control station, so I can go ahead and take that off. Smoke composition number 3. What are we coming up? Aerodynamic shells. advanced propeller shafts are coming out in 9 months. And we should be getting geared turbines next, so we'll just have to see how that plays itself out. And then boilers, let's see how long it's going to take to get those geared turbines, if that's what's coming up next. It should be. Okay, so the Victoria Luis coming up in 2 months. And we are currently at just shy of 30,000 tons. These destroyers, that'll be 6,000 tons that freeze up, so yes, all right. Two, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 26 being replaced. Okay. Interesting. Well, now, I wonder what that was about. Hey, you saw it here, folks. I did not do that. That was not at my behest. Well, let's push for this war with France first. And there again, I don't. Why would he? Why would he have done that? It doesn't. That really doesn't make any sense. Just out of the blue. Well, it might be because I'm on good terms with the Soviet Union, but hey, that gives me a chance to make things better with them, right? Army logistics are at 42%. Good. We're coming back up. Okay, now the question is with all of that, can I 35? Yeah, I think I actually can now. So let's go ahead and resume construction on the last of the Kaisers. And then these guys are going to start rolling off the assembly line before too much longer. So what we have to do is bide our time. I've got about 1,000 tons actually that I can spare on that. So the destroyers are going to have to sit in port for now. Well, welcome back, Carolina. You saw nothing, huh? Oh boy. All right. So moving into 1909, pushing a war with France. Let's see what we come up with. And I think I was at 50 something. So yeah. Oh, right. Well, we've already obviously been at war with France once. That's why I have control of northern France. But I would like to take the rest of whatever it is that they have, except for maybe the stuff over in the New World. They can keep those little islands over in the Caribbean for now. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so well to do tool best viewers. I have to pay for those, right? Once again, thank you, but not interested in paying for my subscription. I'm going to do this in a little bit more of an honest fashion, if that's okay. So I understand you have a business to run, you have your own business to run, but thanks, but no thanks. Right now, I think I would like to actually increase the GDP so we can suffer. We can suffer this. So yeah, even though I mean, but hey, you know what? I'm an employee of the government too. I'm the head of the Navy. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll increase the GDP. Oh, France and Austria-Hungary, huh? Well, I'm curious to see how Austria-Hungary is going to do anything there, but okay. What are they going to do? March across Switzerland? All right, let's go ahead and put this ship over here. We can get this fleet to be where I would like it. I would more so like it to be. Well, let's go ahead and improve relations with Austro-Hungary. They're very advanced, but they only have one battleship. I don't. Yeah, I feel like the Swiss would say something about Austria-Hungary trying to march across their border too, unless they have some kind of a I don't know some kind of a deal cut out with the Austro-Hungarians. You know, maybe they do. Maybe the Swiss will be like, yeah, if you pay us a lot of money or you finance our banks more. Um, right now, I'm just looking at taking some things from the French, cause can. I know I'm such a bully. I've already ousted the British from their homeland. They've been scattered to the winds. They've got ports in St. John's and over here in the Caribbean somewhere, I think. Oh yeah, they do. They have Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, and you know these little islands moving off through off the coast of Miami and whatnot. But they're not in Africa. Well, actually, no, they are. They've got British Somaliland still. Okay. Let's see here. Can I do something about that upgrade? Still not sure what's coming out there, but okay, so it's advanced battleship funnels. That's going to be coming out of the boilers. Let's see. Onboard caisson. Yeah, and I think I've moved to improve relations with Austria-Hungary, who currently is at war with France. Hey, I want to be at war with France too. It's an interesting dilemma, and there again, that's the problem with Austria-Hungary is they're one of the major powers, and yet they only have one. They only have one region that has any seaports, and it's all four of their seaports in the one region. Um, hmm. The Navy budget would take another hit there, but I kind of feel like taking Spain under my wing, really do. Yeah, and now we have Spain too. So I mean, this is going to get really really interesting for it's going to get really interesting for the French. Oh, and now the Japanese want to be my friend. Everybody wants to be my friend now. Oh my God, the French are having up northern Algeria and Gabon, both rebelling. Yes, yes, because Napoleon, he was a real bad guy. So we need to make sure that something like that never happens again, ever. Um, and I mean, France has really only got two really good friends in the world. I mean, they got Britain and the United States, and neither of them look like they're going to be very willing to support the French in the event of a war. Their relationship is lukewarm at best. Now, who else is developed? The United States are very behind. The Italians are average. China has fallen very behind in technology. Japan is very behind in technology. Soviet Union very behind. Britain's average. And Spain actually is advanced, but they only have two battleships. They have a very 34 ships. I mean, I think one of my fleets would annihilate their entire navy. Not that I'm bragging, but I think that's about how it would work out. The United States has 180 ships, but they're not advanced. France has 140 ships, but they're not advanced. They're actually, the United States ships are what we would call primitive, I guess. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we're provoking France some more, I think. Yes, we're provoking France yet again. How close are we to the Kaisers being launched? We've got 8 months on that. And the Kaisers, if you'll remember, are very, very odd. They have that split. Um, they have that echelon layout for the main the side guns. So how well that's going to work, well, we'll just have to see, I guess. Um, I understand why they got off of it rather quickly, though. All right. Indonesia signed a trade deal with Japan. Portugal wants a Kaiser class battleship. Everybody wants my battleships now. I'm not building battleships. Well, that's funny. They make an alliance with me and now they want to break it. What is they just wanted money? Shame on you, Spain. Just wanted an influx of capital. Is that all you guys wanted? Huh? Hmm. 17,000 tons, not even 10,000 tons. Oh, I got 9,000. Okay. Let's go with a refit on these four. Nope. Let's do Tsingtao first. Proceed. Yeah, I guess, like I said, it just seems like they just wanted an influx of capital. They wanted that donation, and now it's like, okay, we gave them what they wanted. It's time to break things off. Maybe it's because they're upset that I'm pushing for war with their sort of friends. I don't know. I mean, 16 isn't a very good. It's not anything overtly impressive. So why are the United States at the top now? France was at the top, and now the United States is at the top. Don't make any sense. Don't make no sense. Spain, China. Those are my allies. Spain and China. China has been rather staunch on my behalf. They haven't gone anywhere. They don't want to go anywhere. They like me. How is that the Bay of Bengal? How is that any sea region? I don't know. I don't know, but anyway, moving on to the next turn, perhaps. Yes, I'll keep an eye on this. We got 6 months. 6 months on the first of the Kaiser class battleships to come out. And then I think we'll be moving on to, oh boy, what was the one after the Kaiser class? Germany's just making everybody mad. It's because our fleets are out there. They're kind of chilling. Sweden wants 2 Magdeburgs. It's 9,000 tons. Technically, I could do it, but I'm not going to. They want 3 of the Saxonies at 50. Oh no, God no! You trying to rip me off? All right. Wow, we still don't know what's coming out of the engines right now. We are about to get the advanced propeller shaft, though, which is really actually big. And I'm going to have to actually start looking at my destroyers a little bit more closely, because the 1,000-ton ones are working. The 73s are working really good right now, but ultimately I'm probably going to want to outfit them with shafts and auxiliary diesel engines and mine hunting 3 equipment, just to better protect the fleets. So anyway, we're gonna. Oh no, I forgot. We needed to poke at the French some more. We want to get on their nerves. We really want to get on their nerves. It's like, hey there, buddy. Okay, so what did I just get done building that dropped off my another 13,000 tons? Yeah, another 13,000 tons I can build. Reginald Jellicoe. Wonder if he's any relation to the Jellicoe. Portugal wants one of those battleships. Yeah, no, I'm not building those for anybody yet. I mean, look at it. Gabon, Northern Algeria, Tonkin, and Liberia. The French colonies are all under. They're all under rebellion. It's not going to be good for the French. So anyway, we go back to politics. We go to France. We go to increased tension. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, preheater. Yeah, there's no we don't have any that's weird. It's at 100%, but it's not done yet. I don't understand. Yes, I'm poking them. I'm trying to goad them into a war. I mean, hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. You just gotta prod them. Give them a good hard shove. You know. All right. Is there anything else I can do maybe to exacerbate what's going on over here? Um, I mean, this fleet's here just to keep an eye on the North Sea. It's one of my older heavy cruisers anyway. So those Kaiser and Augusta. I only built 3 of those. Hmm. This guy's in West Africa. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the crew, even though he's only missing like 2 guys from the crew. I'm going to go ahead and um, okay, good. We've got add crew. All right. May 1909. Portugal wants 2 V-73s. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Wow. Now Reunion is on the rebellion. The French are not having they're not going to be having a good time here, are they? They're not going to be having a good time at all. The V-73s, we're going to go ahead and refit the other 3 of them, or the other 4 of them rather, incidentally. It only takes a month. Where are we at? We're at negative 58 now, so we're rapidly slipping into a world of war. Uh, Let me see. What did I have? I'm at 7,000. If I put those battleships in there now, they're not going to So what I'm going to have to do actually is I'm going to have to consolidate all of my fleets for the most part. I'm going to have to, well, like I said, this fleet can go down into Southeast Asia. Cambodia. And take those 2 V-45s and put them over there. Um, okay, so let's check that real quick. That's really weird. Anyway. Can't increase tension with them right now, but we can try to improve relations with Austria-Hungary. That might be interesting. Wonder how their fleet is faring against the French fleet. It looks like they're kind of down there cleaning them up. Portugal wants 3 of the Magdeburgs. Damn it, it's at 102%. Not right now. France regained full control of Tonkin. Okay. Three more months. And we get two of them, actually. They're both going to come out in Kiel. And then I can go ahead and... do I have room for 6,000? Yes, I can. So let's go ahead and build some more of these V-73s. We'll build a lot of 6 of them. And all of them can launch in Pilau. Okay. Increasing the tension with the French again. And then we can start to work on these Nassaus. So for now I can blockade France. Like I said, I can take Corsica. I think Corsica will be relatively straightforward. Easy enough to take. The Italians got a bunch of ships floating around right now. The Austro-Hungarians, there's their one battleship. Again, not good, Austria-Hungary. Why are you sailing your ships around without any kind of escort? We've seen time and again what happens when you sail your battleships around without any escort. Okay. Advanced propeller shaft. Relations with France have deteriorated. Good. And now the Italians... Okay. So he up and cancels the alliance with me, and then he wants to be friends again. I swear, the AI, sometimes the things that they do, it makes absolutely no sense. It's literally no sense. I'm like flabbergasted over that. It's like, you don't want to be my ally anymore, and then all of a sudden you want to be friends again. Okay, buddy. What do you want about? Make up your bleeding mind. Okay, now over here we have the Prinz Regent Luitpold class, which the refit on them is already 3 years old. Do I want to try to go up to 12s on most of those? Yeah, but the problem is those smaller ships, the 12s just aren't going to work on them. So here's what I'm going to go ahead and try to do. I'm going to go ahead and move. No, I don't, no, I can't do that yet. I don't have the capacity for it. Jeez, Crow, 23 months, really? Our tech budget's at 100%. My God. But it should be geared steam turbines, yes. So that's 120 to 145 horsepower per engine ton. 60% versus 50% acceleration. Less chance of engine damage. 55% of top speed to achieve cruising speed. Less on the engine vibrations. Little less. The turbines are actually a lot lighter on the engine weight, but they don't generate as much horse. So I think it's actually again the geared turbines are going to be much more powerful. It's going to be a much better upgrade. All right, we've got 2 turns before we come up with well, actually it looks like it might be 2. And there again, sometimes those percentages things or how many months left, it's really wonky. It works really weird. Nassaus need to be refit. The scatter guns have a refit. Siegfrieds are all done. The V-73s we're working on. Ariadnes are done. Okay. Minister of Finance believes that the fleet needs more destroyers. Has he not been to the dockyards lately? Yeah, I think you need to keep your nose out of Navy matters right now, man. The United States Navy demands to stop naval activities near their borders. Question. I'm not on his borders, like, at all. I don't have any fleets over in the Caribbean or the Western Atlantic. I don't have any fleets over there. I'll tell you what. You can kind of stick it where the sun don't shine. And if you want to have if you want to develop a problem with that, well, we can straighten it out. Now the French are now the French are provoking me. This is great. It's great. We're rapidly pushing towards another war. We're at 73%. I know, war terrible, right? Reality of it is, folks, war terrible. But we're not here to be keepers of the peace. We're here to stir stuff up and, well, give the whole globe this nice color. No, why would the minister? I mean, seriously, he's like, we need more destroyers. Has he not counted how many How many destroyers do we have right now? We've got 65 destroyers. He says that's not enough. 65 destroyers is like half of some of these other groups' navies. The French have no destroyers. So, I mean, the United States has no destroyers. They have no destroyers. They have 57 torpedo boats. But, like, seriously, like 5 of my destroyers could go into that engagement against his torpedo boats and come out on top. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Technological advantage, guys. It's always a good thing. All right, so we've got one battleship coming out in Kiel, which actually frees up space now. We can start the refits on the Nassaus. So let me go ahead and, oh boy, which one do I want to move? Which ones need repair? It looks like they might all kind of maybe in some way, shape, or form. But let's go with the Posen first. We're going to move the Posen into Le Havre or maybe Portsmouth. Let's move it into Portsmouth. Yeah, we'll go into Portsmouth. So the Posen, we're going to move it up there. It's going to get repaired. And then we can start doing refits on that. And, if nothing else, the guns are going from Mark IIs to Mark IIIs, but they're also going from 11-inch to 12-inch guns. So it's quite a significant upgrade as far as firepower is concerned. Then the Helgolands, I'm going to need to upgrade those at some point. The scattergun we got an upgrade on, and I'm curious to try it. But I think I want to try to wait for... I don't know if I want to try to wait for anything, actually. A 13,000-ton destroyer, or 1,300 rather. That'd be a big destroyer, wouldn't it? 13,000-ton destroyer. Casement gun barrels number 3. Torpedo size, 19-inch torpedoes are coming up in the near future. And oh, there it is. We will be having access to triple torpedo tubes in the next 14 months. So maybe it will be time to upgrade our destroyer build by that time. Though I do want to wait for those geared turbines before I go building another destroyer. So we might be in that position right now. 22 months. That's a long time, man, for geared turbines. But hey, the geared turbines really are worth it. The early turbines are expensive, but the geared turbines are just so much more reliable. Let me see here. We've got the Helgolands down here, which the Helgolands I think I'm going to upgrade to 13.5-inch guns. Most of my other ships right now are still rocking 11s. I'm starting to transition into 12s. With the exception of these scatterguns, because the idea with them, again, was like a carronade. Short barrel, high reload, close range, in your face. If it's not punching holes, it's setting fires all over the place. And they have actually proven, interestingly enough, even at closer ranges, other ships would fire flat trajectory. These guys are going mortar mode. and trying to drop shells down through the deck of enemy ships, which has actually proven to be quite effective. So, moving right along, we are in September 1909. Oh, wait, before we do, let's go ahead and poke the French some more. Well, Spain is still my ally, so I mean, Algeria has defeated the. Oh wow, Northern Algeria has become a free state once again. Look at that, guys. Well done, Algeria. You guys, go get them. I'd like to see one of the minor nations. To me, it would be really funny if one of these minor nations actually became like a superpower. Like, you know, the Egyptians, they develop a massive navy and just take over the whole. That'd be pretty funny. I understand why it wouldn't work for a player to try to. I mean, well, 60,000 tons. The Egyptians could produce some big ships. But anyway, that being said, we've got this guy. This guy's being repaired. Totally not. Well, no, the Egyptians actually aren't financed by not in this anyway. Yeah, see, I'm allied with Syria and Bulgaria, Portugal, Sweden, and Persia. They've all been buying up my old ships. I try to sell them before they go obsolete. So actually, speaking of which, those V-45s are probably next on my chopping block. But I will put some of them out and harass the French. You know, we've got one group of destroyers there and there. And then we can just kind of actually, wow, this could be really interesting if we do this right. The Chinese would take over French Indochina. You know, they'd take over Tonkin and Laos and Cambodia. Maybe we'll see a resurgence of the Khmer Rouge. Hopefully not. They weren't very nice people. All right, so what do we have here? We've got the Kaiser. We've got the Kaiserin. So the ships are starting to come off the blocks. All right, we've got 3 months, 3 months, and 4 months. What we can do now, since we're opening up some of this tonnage, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and build one of these MG42s because this is, again, it's totally experimental. Yes, it has 8 twin 9.4-inch guns. So the idea is very high rate of fire, very high penetration. But the biggest thing is going to be very high rate of fire. Trying to see how that's going to work. And I also actually equipped torpedo tubes on these ships for the purposes of them, again, not being so much for long-range engagement, but to have a high volume of fire, but with low-caliber, high-penetration rounds. Unlike the scatter guns, which, and again, these guys are going to have a ridiculously high rate of high volume of fire because, let me see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to be able to get 12 of the 16 guns on a full broadside opening up. So let's go ahead and build one of these just because and honestly, this one is less expensive than the other one. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that as to why. It's probably because of the hull type. It's a much more efficient hull. So let's go ahead and build one of these guys, and we'll launch this in, well, Kiel. Kiel is probably about the best place, though Danzig also isn't bad. Palau isn't bad, but we'll launch this in Kiel. All right. That's just a zone control fleet, though honestly it's probably going to come down to this ship is going to go on the chopping block once that battleship comes out, so we'll have to see how that works. We still got 24,000 tons to work with. So what do we want to do with that 24,000 tons? Actually, I would like to maybe build a couple more Magdeburgs. It's proven to be a good design so far. So we've got that. And then let me see here, because the one Nassau is in the dry dock being repaired right now. So we have that. Did I? I did. I did bump the Siegfrieds up in speed. Okay, so 20 months left on that. We got 1,300-ton destroyers coming in. We've got 14-inch Mark 1s that are due soon. But honestly, I honestly would not recommend fooling with those 14s until you get at least Mark 2. Um, I'm not, at least I'm not going to fool with the 14s until I get better than Mark 1, because Mark 1 is just, it's by this point I've got Mark 3 with everything else. Everything else is going to be so much more effective. You could do 13 and a halves that perform a lot better than a pair of 14s, because the difference in the technology level. Um, Much higher rate of fire, much more accurate, much better protected, so on and so forth. So it really is that kind of a thing. We'll have to come back to that. So moving on to the next month, we're in November of 1909. Man, we just clipped through a whole year pretty quick. Clipped through a whole year pretty quick. Practically all in one episode, I think. So we've got 19 active battleships now, which one of the Kaisers should have just been commissioned. The crew is at their stations and they are ready to rock and roll. Up, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to poke France some more. So Sweden wants one of those battleships. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Portugal wants a scattergun. Now, I could build one of those for Portugal. 91%. It's 19,000 tons. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that because I got the tonnage to give right now. So let's go ahead and move whichever ship I can, which should be the Kaiser. Yes, we're going to move the Kaiser out there. We should have more destroyers coming in the next few months anyway. Okay, so 4 months away. 4 months away on that. We just got upgraded four-bladed contra-rotating torpedoes. So, I mean, 6,000 meters. That's a pretty darn good torpedo range. 19-inch torpedoes are coming in. Triple tubes also are right behind it. Maybe what we can do is one more refit on the V-73s. And see about upgrading the twin tubes to triple tubes. That would give us a retarded amount of volume of firepower coming off of those. We might have to reduce torpedo amounts in order to accommodate for the shift in weight, but other than that, everything else should be hunky-dory. All right. What port do I want to launch these guys in? We'll launch them in Hamburg. Got 18 months on that. That's a really weird ship. I don't know why I decided I was going to do that, but anyway. Two of the Kaisers, we got 2 months and 3 months. So in 5 months total, all of our Kaisers will be ready for action. Right? We do need to upgrade our crew training because we do not have anywhere near enough crewmen in reserve right now. Of course, we're only producing 69. It's 60%. It's 60%. Yeah, just drop it back down. 57. Yeah, it's not that big a difference. So what we actually need to maybe start doing is start looking through some of our let me see here. Finances. Do I have 19,000? Yes, I have 19,000 tons or 21,000 tons, whatever the difference is. Let's go ahead and refit the Posen. And that's going to take 9 bloody months. Why is it taking that long? It's because the way I did the upgrade, it's not yeah, that's not cool. That's not going to work out the way that I want it to. All right. End my turn real quick, and then I'll be right back, guys. Nature calls. Okay, so sorry about that. Um, hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right, let's see here. Oh, the Netherlands signed a oh, this could be This could be very interesting. Sweden wants to order one of the no. What's uh-oh. Soviet Union gains control of Yemen. Isn't wow. Okay, so the Soviets are expanding all the way over there. What's going on with the finances right now? Where are we backlogged with the fleet? Um okay, so let's go ahead and suspend this. Okay. All right. Rapidly approaching where I believe. Yes. Okay. So France, we're gonna be going to war with France here before too long. All right. I think they've taken away the ability to do literal micro upgrades. What I need to do though is I need to look at this and I need to make a decision as to okay, what am I going to change? It's going to allow me to shorten. What can I change? I'll have to do that some other time. Because, I mean, 9 months on a refit. Good grief. Come on, guys. Now, if I wanted to, let me see here. Actually, what I can do is I can take one of these other ones. And here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and move this guy. And this fleet is going to have to sit tight for now. Oh, he's at 4 months. Okay. All right, so let's move on into 1910, folks. Happy New Year! The center party, and honestly, I haven't been able to fool around enough to with the government system to like, okay, I want to be, it's like I want to move into a different form of government. I've only managed to like do it once, and that's because I pushed my unrest so high that people were just unhappy with the government and they wanted to change it. It's tough to do though. both of us are we're provoking each other now. So it's like we poked the French and they poked us, and we're at negative 99. So we're about to go to war with the French. It's about to happen, guys. So Hamburg and Danzig, both of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and resume. All right, now we go to world. What are we at? What are we at for capacity? Oh God, we got capacity for days now. So let's take this. Let's take the scatter gun here. We'll go ahead and refit. That's 8 months though. Good God. I almost hate that. Let's move the entire fleet here off the coast of Nokchat, and then we're gonna move the other guy here into the port. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and move the Westfalen. Go ahead and move her into Portsmouth as well, so she can get repaired and then refit. Okay, So we are in January 1910. It's kind of almost a new era. If you start campaigns, you do it by decades, right? So 1890, 1900, 1910. So we are into that period. However, we're up ahead. We're probably blowing everybody else out of the water, figuratively speaking, no pun intended. Uh, Technology wise. Let's see. Torpedo contact exploders. Okay, that's actually really nice to have new of that coming in. Maneuver warfare, armed merchant cruisers number 2, which is going to better protect our merchant fleets. Though you still want to have escorts, honestly. You're still going to want to have escorts. 1,300 ton destroyers. Quality control number 1 will be coming in 13 months. Excuse me. Okay, and there we go. See, we had just enough. We had just enough. So you know what? We're tired of your nonsense. Yeah, we can do that. We can easily, because now we're making 215 million per turn. Um, yeah, okay. Sweden wants to buy one of these battleships, one of the 34s. Huh. 27,000 tons. Um, I mean, it would put me right on the bubble. Okay, why not? Nope. Okay. That's like literally I'm 439 tons off of the mark. That's very very close. The Kaiser, the last of the Kaisers is getting done in another turn. Um, and the scatter gun here is in Nukchat. Uh, that's the other one. See, the other one in Tsingtao. So what can I do? What can I do to that ship design to take some time off of that? Because that's a crazy... That's a crazy long refit. That's like really not even worth it. Um, okay, so the Westfalen is repairing. Uh, the Posen has 2 months left. And the French are over there. Ah, yes, politics. Let's do a naval invasion real quick on Corsica. Our one fleet here should be able to take care of that. The question is, where on the island is the naval invasion going to take place? And I think if I go right here, I should be okay. That should encompass both of those ports. We'll just have to see, right? Oh my, one battleship. He's got a battleship, 3 heavy cruisers, 7 light cruisers, and 6 torpedo boats there. That could threaten the light fleets that I have placed around the Indian Ocean there. Wow, he had that guy. He had that fleet just sitting there, didn't he? Um, I'm going to go ahead and move this fleet down into that. These guys, they're going to be waiting for a little while, I think. A Magdeburg. I can move that Magdeburg out there. An Aniaria, let me see here. There's a couple of 73s over there. I'll leave them in port, kind of keep an eye on things. Yes, okay. Okay. The Nassaus are holding the English Channel right now. There's two of them. Honestly, even as they are, I think they're going to do just fine. I've got two of my Kaisers. I'm going to have two more of them. We got one in Danzig that's still commissioning. And I think the other one is where? In Hamburg? Yes, the other one's in Hamburg. Friedrich der Grosse. And the last one is going to come out in Kiel. We've got 3 months on that. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we're building new ships. Okay. The Soviet Union is really admiring the power of our nation and wishes to become our ally. Hey, you know what? I would love to have the Soviet, because that locks down my entire eastern border. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight this. Well, it's just transport, so we can auto-resolve. Wow. That part of the update is working, because they changed something. They changed something with the most recent update to improve transport sinkings in unprotected ports, because I think in a previous episode I mentioned there's like 9 transports and I had a big fleet there and they only sank like 1 or 2 of them. So wow, that's huge. 5 transports in the West Indian Oceans because he's got a big fleet out there. Ships in the Red Sea. 3 of them in the Red Sea and 2 in the Central Atlantic. Bulgaria wants to order 2 of the V-73s. We can go ahead and sell Bulgaria 2 of those. Yeah, why not? They build quickly. And France initiates a major offensive from Liberia against Sierra Leone. A major offensive from southern France at northern France. Oh, that's what I was worried about. That's what I was really worried about. Would be that he would try to reinvade northern France, which if he does, it's not the end of the world. I've got fleet superiority, so it's like, okay, you want to play that, we can do that. And let me see here. He's got 2 heavy cruisers that are marching along towards where? Kampong Song. And this fleet is moving nowhere. So let's go ahead and get this guy down here. All right. And let me see here. The Posen has 1 month left on that. Finances. We're clearing up our finances, so we're actually really good. Nassau, we're going to go ahead and refit that. It's going to take 4 months. Go for it, guys. Get it done. Okay. What else? The Kaiser and Augustas are all fixed up. The Siegfrieds, V-73s, scatter guns. And I might wind up pulling that guy before long, but in the meantime, we have other things to nail down. So Southeast Asia, we're down here now. How much tonnage do we have in Southern? Man, almost enough. It's almost enough. If I brought that other, if I brought this ship down, once he gets done refitting, I bring him down here. That'll actually give me enough tonnage to start to invade the French holdings there. But I really don't want to do that right now. I really don't. It's another area I'd have to protect the waters. Now, where did his fleet go? Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, we've only got 51,000 troops in there, so that's going to be the hard part. He's got 10 heavy cruisers in there, 2 battleships and 2 more heavy cruisers. He's got a lot of ships here. It's just I don't think he's going to be able to root out, particularly this fleet. I mean, this is like right now it's my best task force. It's the most advanced ships at the time of being built. Though yes, I have other ships here. Let's see, Corsica. We're at 88%. Gibraltar has some of those destroyers. I'm going to go ahead and move 2 more of these V-73s down here to Gibraltar. So let's go ahead and move, I don't know why sequentially makes sense. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see how much he jumps at the next turn. He's still at 100% Army logistics. I'm only at 32. This is going to make things really difficult. And if there's one thing, if there's one thing that the French do have really well, it is the army logistics. They have very good army logistics. It makes them tough. All right. Anyway, we're gonna have to call it here for today. Those of you that stopped by, thank you. Like, subscribe, and follows also, as always, are much appreciated. It does help to appease those algorithm gods. So please pray your little hearts out. Click the thumbs up. Clicks. This is Wolf 190D signing.